I can't believe we're back for a 12th season of racing, but here we are. The Gen 4 cars will take off with the sun shining on their backs. Green flag is out. That still says TNT 11. Season 12 is green. Three wide out of turn number 4 for the second position. Toby Estes in the center of all of that. Two cars going around. It's Chuck Sweeting, it's Ethan Winters, it's Connor Knowlton. Caution comes out at iRacing's Auto Club, and we don't even make it 2 miles before the yellow rag flies in the California skies. Chuck Sweeting, Ethan Winters, they caught a piece of that. Connor Knowlton, he was a part of that one too. Coming out of turn number 1, let's see what happened. It looked like, briefly, that Connor Knowlton had just gotten loose up under the 1-0. Can we dial it back? Matt Vorndren was just ahead of all of that. Let's go 3 wide out of turn number 4. What a sight, isn't that? Take it to the top. 07 car on the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, yeah. Knowlton gets loose up the racetrack right into the 10. Nowhere for the 10 to go. I want to see how Chuck Sweeting got involved in this one. Let's run it back. You see Jeremy Brio. He caught a piece of that too. Let's go on board with the 07. Maybe. I guess not. I think Chuck Sweeting just got loose on his own. Let's focus on the 5-7. On board with the Chuckster. You know we got to go with the mellow yellow car. Where's Matt Vorndren in all of this? Can we go on board with the 88? There's Knowlton in the 07. Where's my man in the 88? On board with Matty Ice. Watch this. All right, let's try this again. Where is the 88? On board with Vorndren in the middle. There it is. First race of the season, and straight away, we're giving away the rare, coveted Cole Trickle Move of the Race award to Matt Vorndren, and it is smooth moves like that that get him his Cole Trickle Move of the Race.
Ice cream! Give me some of that!
Matt running in the 6th position, Season 10 champion, Noah Belleville. Was it Season 10? Season 9? I can't even remember anymore. Anyway, Belleville leading the race in the super tight Gen 4 car. Let's talk to the man real quick and just see where he's at. There he is. Noah Belleville, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Season 12. A defending champion of this season. I was just thinking about that. What was that? Season 9, Season 10? Ryan, you just joined the booth. Ryan Pinnell. What season did you win, Moldy?
It was 9.
Season 9 champion. Shout out to Ryan Pinnell. Shout out to all the folks in St. Clair Shores, and shout out to all the folks around Monroe and Good Hope as well. The native son has returned. Ryan Pinnell's back in the booth. Now, Moldy, I pick on you all the time because you don't run a full season, but coming into Season 12, is this a genuine chance to get another TNT championship?
I mean, yeah. I've ran 3 straight full seasons now, Rick. So, I don't think you can use that joke anymore.
You know what? Maybe not. I'm gonna milk it for all it's got, man. All right, I've been just screwing around here. I'll let you get back to work. You've got the number 2 from last season on your outside. Have fun.
Yep, thank you.
Ryan Pinnell, it's been so long since you've been in the booth. You come in the booth and the lights flick onto the racetrack. We're about to go green, buddy.
Yeah, excited to be back in the booth. I know it's been a while, but hopefully they can get this race, first a caution right on the first lap. So a little unorthodox for TNT, but let's see what we can do here.
Noah Belleville leads them down into the sun, Ryan, and that's going to be a problem for at least the next few laps. Only 5 laps in because of that caution. But this time, Ryan, I think the nerves settled. There were 2 rows of 3 wide racing coming out of turn number 4, like they were racing for the win. And now, if you look back on through the field, it's a much more conservative approach.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just gotta. This is the first race of the season. Everybody's a little nervous. You just got to be careful.
Dale Markowski, the Ohio native, coming up behind Thomas Andrews with new colors. He's got the Miller Splash for Drip Diecast. Shout out to the folks at Drip Diecast, by the way. They've been holding us down since day 1, and hopefully until the day we stop racing, and may that day never come. The Drip Machine running in the 11th position, and shout out Cooper, Tommy's gorgeous little dog there. Now, Ryan, it's been a while, admittedly, since you drove the high banks of Auto Club. But what? And this is such a cliche question, but what makes this track so difficult?
Yeah, it's such a crazy track, and of course, it's unfortunately not a real track anymore. But one of the main things is just there's so many lanes that you can use. You can run the bottom, you can run the middle, the top. I mean, this track's really wide, so all these drivers, they're able to really use the entire track and try and make up some positions.
Tristan Catania in the 48, running in the 11th position, now on the outside of Thomas Andrews. Indiana's Kevin Feemster in the 1-7 to the left-hand side of Tom Sears and his beloved Bobby Labonte, Interstate Batteries 18. Up off turn number 2, Ryan, one thing that guys complain about, and they're well within their rights to complain about, is how tight the car is. If you're new to sim racing, or if you race open wheel, tight meaning the car just will not turn. With how tight the car is, the track's going to get darker. Matt Vorndren's in the wall. The track's going to get darker. It's going to get cooler. There's more grip on the racetrack. Where do you find that balance between living with the tightness and making an adjustment?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, these cars have always just been really tight, especially on bigger tracks like this, and you just kind of got to find that line of, okay, what do I do? What adjustments can I make? You can't really do a whole lot, but when the sun goes down, that's when the track will get some grip, and I think the driver will start really driving a little bit harder than they are now.
75 laps makes up 150 scheduled miles at Auto Club. Of course, we have 3 overtime or green-white checkered attempts, if you will. At the front, it's been the Moldy Show. Grandma Jeannie's in the house. She's a big fan of Noah Belleville as well. Moldy for those that know. And Matt Seeger is in the wall outside of turn number 4. He's behind his Delta Sport teammate, Aaron Edwards, in the 1.5 Unified Potential Machine. If you just tuned in, it's been one caution coming out of turn number 4, and everybody has settled down since then. But cars are peppered across the racetrack, Ryan. Look at Thomas Andrews getting loose outside turn number 4. Tristan Catania there in the 48 car. Dale Markowski now to the left-hand side in the Old Spice machine. Ethan Winters, Ryan, he was involved in that turn 4 lap 1 crash. He's now around Colin McDonough in the top 13. Look at the 2 car, Ryan.
Yeah, he is struggling there, and that 10 car's got to be careful though because I think he probably used his faster pair there off that first caution, and so you really got to be careful because if you get in another wreck, that's day over, day done for the 10 car.
The double nine of Thomas Andrews. I'm sorry, Tommy Withers. In some brand new colors. Brian, he told me earlier, hey, I want to switch to the 99 this year. And I'm like, is this a permanent change? Well, hold on, Ryan. Hold the phone because these Fords are out here trying to kill each other and get Richie Catania involved as well. Josh Gaiman, by the way, who's been silent all night long, which is a rarity, right? He's in the 61 Subway machine on the outside of Jason Alexander. Man, I'm excited. There's so many familiar faces, new-ish faces, faces we haven't seen in such a long time. You get that excitement of a brand new season, man. You want to look everywhere on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's awesome that TNT, the schedule that y'all put together. I mean, it's just a great schedule. A lot of leagues, they always seem to start with Daytona. You know what I mean? That seems to be like the staple. But to start at Auto Club, I mean, they're just a great track, and yeah, I mean, TNT has just been so good with having we have 25 something drivers tonight. I mean, that's amazing. After 12 seasons, to have 25 drivers start the first race of the year, that's pretty cool.
Second place up for discussion between Matt Seeger and Aaron Edwards. At Chicagoland last year, Ryan, he finally got that itch scratched. He won his first TNT race. And what, some 15 weeks after you won, was it last year you won the season opener at Daytona?
Yeah, got me a win.
We need to get betting odds on this. I think Landon was in the chat earlier, and he said something about, I put $50 on FanDuel for one of the Greensburg, Kentucky boys to win. We'll talk about the Bluegrass Bandits later. How about Seth Wansing? He's got a new number as well. He just sped by in the number 1 Pepsi machine to the inside of Matt Seeger. And Kansas City's Seth Wansing moves up into second. Ryan, he hasn't raced in forever. It is amazing that he's up here in the second spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually texted him the other day, and I'm like, hey, you doing all right, buddy? And he's like, yeah, I'm excited to get back racing. And man, he's looking pretty good out there in that number 1 car tonight.
Riding the high line out of turn number 4 with the 8 of Toby Estes in the High Rock machine. Got some cool chrome colors on there compared to last year's Mountain Dew machine. He's also on that high line as well. We'll get back to these Bluegrass Bandits in a minute. This is one of the two or three. We got 3 bandits here tonight. We got Briley Wright in the 2.9 and Cody Riggs making his rare appearance. Well, actually, no, he's not even making his rare appearance. I don't think he even started this race. So Greensburg, Kentucky, Cody Riggs. There goes one of the bandits. So now Landon's got his money on who? Briley Wright and Toby Estes running 5th and 7th, respectively, Ryan. I had no idea what we were talking about beforehand. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Cody Riggs probably just, he's been known to show up to things and then just kind of dip out last time. So that sounds about right for Cody Riggs. But yeah, I think Toby's got a really good car. Oh, he got Seth a little loose there coming off the exit. Oh, we got one in the wall, Rick. I don't know who that is.
Trying to go back through here. Is that Elridge? Elridge George in the Haviland car is okay. It's Colin McDonough in the number 39. Steph's going to be crushed. She's a big fan of Colin McDonough. The Trenton native slaps the wall out of turn number 2. And, well, there goes the right front. So now he's got 3 wheels trying to make it into the pits. Cross your fingers for Colin. It's a 1-car incident, so the caution will not come out. And car 39's just going to take that left-hander. Noah Belleville at the front of this race. And shout out Grandma Jeannie. Big Rick James fan. She's in every single race. I love it. She's a huge fan of her grandson, who, frankly, Ryan, has got the biggest lead of anybody. He's got 2 seconds on Matt Seeger. And then everybody else, it's what, 2 seconds from first to second, Ryan. It's 2 seconds from second to seventh.
Yeah, it just shows, I think Noah may have put in a little extra work during the offseason. I mean, we knew he was fast, but struggled a little bit last year. I mean, still did very well, but man, it looks like he put in a little extra work over the offseason. He might be looking to try and get another championship.
He knows his stuff. It's no mistake. I mean, earlier I gave him a mess because are you gonna run another full-time season? He does run full-time seasons. He is constantly a threat to win races, and Matt Seeger is trying to save his red hind end off of turn number 4. But no, Noah Belleville is a threat week in and week out, and if he starts a race, he probably could win it. Aaron Edwards wants to be in that same boat, Ryan. Last season, facing off against Jacob Bradley. In Season 10, Jacob Bradley astonishingly won a record amount of races. I think it was a record, I'm not sure, but he waxed the field. He BTA, man. Season 11, it wasn't as easy. Aaron Edwards was one of the reasons why, and he aims to come back for what he now believes is his, that Thursday Night Thunder Championship.
Yeah, and Jacob Bradley, not here tonight. At least I don't see him, so not sure if he's gonna be maybe part-time this season or what's the plan. But as Aaron Edwards in the 15, I mean, you gotta think, okay, that was my kind of biggest competition, but now he's looking at that 41 car and thinking, oh, maybe I have new competition this year.
Noah Belleville has been that guy, though. He absolutely has. Same with Aaron Edwards. Now, of course, we're 22 laps into this race. We still have more than 50 to go. Drivers are going to go, 25 to... And I could be dead wrong about this, but the Drip Diecast race facts will tell us 30 laps on fuel. Caution's out. What happened? Elrich George, Nick
looks like
Jampa.
Boss was involved.
Well, there goes the pit strategy there. They haven't pitted since the race started, so probably 22 laps in. That's going to be our first opportunity. Nick Jampa in the number 78 Ford. Getting up to speed, and everyone's favorite Bahamian, Elrich George. In the amazing Haviland car, by the way. Love this paint scheme. This is the Jamie McMurray paint scheme, right, that they put on the Dodge, but of course we don't have the Dodge in the Gen 4 flavor yet. Let's see what happened. Lap 21, Elrich George and Nick Jampa coming off turn number 4. Holy cow. All right, Ryan.
Oh,
explain that.
wow.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, Boss just looks like he got into the outside wall, and it just kind of jumped out on him there, and unfortunately 78 was just kind of in his way. So
let's see if we
I don't know what happened there. Usually, yeah, let's take another look at it.
Yeah, let's see if we can take a look at George's hands. He doesn't explicitly turn to the left, though. Like, it doesn't look like an overcorrection. Let's have one more look. Ryan, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you would call that. Let's see if we can go on board with Nick Jampa.
Yeah, it almost looks like Boss was trying to kind of avoid that 78, and then, yeah, once you get into the... Oh, yeah, that's a tough hit.
So it's going to be repairs for both Fords. Everybody and their cousin coming down pit road. Noah Belleville leads the line. All right, driver, you tell me what's up. 2 or 4 tires?
Oh, 4 tires for sure. I don't think you could do anything else unless you're in the back and you're just wanting to shake things up. I think you got to take 4 here.
Everyone's taking 4. And Noah Belleville wins the race off of pit road with Aaron Edwards in the second position, Georgia's Matt Seeger in third, Seth Wansing and Tobias Estes rounding out your top 5. Missouri out on top. So we'll have 50 laps to go, give or take. Ryan, I need a drink. I'm going to get a Coke. You want a Coke? Let's have a Coke. We're going to take what?
Absolutely.
Let's take 60 seconds. Y'all watching? Grab a snack, grab a drink. 2 cautions so far, about 50 to go when we get the green. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Ready to go green once more. Rick James, Ryan Pennell up in your iRacing booth. 24 laps. No, 20. What is it? 20. Yeah, 25 laps about to be complete. I can't do math. Ryan, welcome to TNT again. Noah Belleville and Aaron Edwards with control of the field. Let's go green. Ryan, fresh tires. Edwards now mounting the challenge. Noah Belleville got out to a 2-second advantage before the caution. If there's a chance to get Belleville, it has to be now.
For sure. I mean, with fresh tires, you got to push as hard as you can. But I'll tell you one driver to keep an eye on is that 10 car of Ethan Winters. Involved in that first crash. Had to take his fast repair. He's already up to 7th, 8th right now. He's going to be there at the end, I think.
Jason Alexander rounding out the top 20. Thomas Andrews the top 15. And Kevin Feemster rounding out your top 10. I'm picking Matt Vorndren, Ryan. That 8 mellow yellow machine. Again, involved in that first incident. However, well, he wasn't involved, was he? He skated right through it. But look at him now. Top 5, up 4 places from where he started. But he's been there. He didn't just appear into the top 5. You know what I mean? So I think he's being really patient with what's happening up front, knowing that 1st through 4th are going to burn up their stuff trying to race against each other.
Yeah, that's the main thing is you just have to take care of your tires. And, you know, with the new updates that iRacing's put out, the tire model really has changed a lot. And you just have to kind of be patient, and it's really hard as a driver to be patient. When you see that car in front of you right there, you can overtake them, but you got to have that patience to try and save tires.
Look at Matt Seeger to the inside, 3 wide for first place. Seth Wansing wants to make it 4. Belleville on the outside, Edwards in the middle, and Matt Seeger down low. Ryan, they drag race to lead. Belleville's in the wall. Who do you got?
Oh, man, what a race. Seth goes to the outside. I mean, this is just awesome. This racetrack just provides such great racing, and you're seeing it right now as all 4 of these drivers battling for the lead.
Just as a heads up to you, Ryan, and to anybody else that's watching that might care, I don't know if anybody else has had their computer shutting down because of these recent Windows updates, but mine has been shutting down because of recent Windows updates. So if the stream all of a sudden dies, as much as I fumble the bag with the visuals here, I promise this time it's not my fault. So Ryan, I'm going to count on you to just recap everything we miss if the stream all of a sudden just dies.
Oh, Matt Vorndran in the inside grass there. Sorry, Rick, didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
there,
that's
but
fine. He's in
88.
21st now, the double 8 who had the Cole Trickle move of the race earlier. Let's see what happened to the Mellow Yellow machine. Matt Vorndran on lap 31. And he's already off the track here. This started at the end of turn number 4. It had to. Oh, he just scrapes the wall, Ryan. Same thing that happened to Elrich George, Ryan. He just scrapes the wall. He almost gets glued to the outside wall, and he just has to resign to sliding across that grass out of turn number 4. So Vorndran, who was my pick, curse of the commentator strikes, and Vorndran now goes skating down the front straight. He is in 22nd, 17 seconds behind Aaron Edwards at the front of this race.
A tough break for Matt. He was really fast, and yeah, that outside wall, I mean, you feel like it should be moved out about 5 or 6 feet, but he got a little bit of contact there, and it just kind of takes off on him. So unfortunate for the 88 machine.
The wall has to start somewhere.
Yeah, very true.
We're, 33 laps into our 75-lap race. Drivers, again, expected to go, 30 laps according to the Drip Diecast track facts. If you just tuned in, 2 cautions to speak of. Right now, you're looking at the race for the lead. Aaron Edwards, Matt Seeger side by side. Seth Wansing on the top side with Noah Belleville trying to reclaim the top spot. Ryan, we had plenty of look at these Delta Sport drivers. The 15 of Edwards, the 16 of Seeger, and then the 10 of Winters, all running in the top 5 right now. They're really good, and I know that's kind of a lazy way to describe them, Ryan, but how about a comedic way? They're like the Power Rangers, man. They all come in different colors. They all come in different manufacturers, and as a team, as a unit, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, they really are, and they have a team for A Squared Reloaded this year, so I'm a little worried because, I mean, yeah, they're bad fast. I mean, you got 1st, 2nd, and 5th right now, and honestly, the 10 I think would be much higher up if he wasn't involved in that first wreck. So yeah, they're really fast. They know what they're doing. They got a lot of experience and a lot of speed, and it's showing right now.
Looking at Ethan Winters in the 10, he's got Toby Estes behind him. Let's go on board with the 1-0. Grandma Jeannie in the house talking about the Windows update is garbage. Tell me about it, man. I don't know about YouTube streams being blurry, Grandma Jeannie. Maybe Emily can attest to that. Steph should be in the house as well. Ethan Winters gets in the wall. Ryan, Toby Estes now has his chance.
Yeah, he kind of backed off a little bit there. That's probably a smart move. With all the issues we've seen coming out of turn 4, Toby was very patient right now. Just, let him make a mistake and get to the inside, and then he'll be right there.
Approximately halfway into the first race of our 16 race campaign. Aaron Edwards leads the field. Matt Seeger to his outside. Noah Belleville has found the inside of Seth Wansing. Seth gets loose out of turn number 4. 41 to the left-hand side. Ryan, how about that move?
Yeah, these cars, it's crazy that the amount of air you can kind of push on the car in front of you, and that's exactly what Noah did right there. I think Noah's really saving his stuff right now. He's just kind of waiting for his opportunity. We know that kid's fast, but Seth's not giving up. He's gonna try and get around him here into turn 3.
Seth to the inside. Matt Seeger on the outside in a drag race for the top spot. Aaron Edwards to the left-hand side of Matt Seeger, and he just edges him to the line to lead lap number 38. We're on the back 9 now, Ryan. Ethan Winters in the 10. Further on back, though, this action doesn't stop. Tristan Catania in the 48 trying to overtake Thomas Andrews in the 2. And how about Jaco? When's the last time you saw Jaco on the racetrack? Jason Alexander to you. The Salem, South Carolinian runs in 16th.
Yeah, me and Jaco have some great stories. We went to Bristol together for the All-Star race when they put the lights under the cars, if anyone remembers that. And, man, we had a blast. There's a lot of stories behind that. But, yeah, good to see Jason Alexander out here racing with us again. I didn't know if he would ever come back, but I don't like the paint scheme he's running. But, hey, it's good to see him on the track.
That's all the more excuse for you to go out there in your Georgia Bulldogs car and beat him.
Yeah, we'll be back out there at Daytona.
You better believe it. What, 3 weeks from now? Is that it? We got, what are the upcoming events there? So Mazda Monday at Lime Rock. Next week at Kentucky. Then we get a break. How about the leaders trying to get a break from racing? Matt Seeger with a huge tail slide out of turn number 4. Noah Belleville finds the opportunity, and he uses that draft. Seeger will pinch Noah Belleville on the outside and stunt his entrance into turn number 1. 15, 16, 41, your top 3.
Yeah, Seth makes a good move there under Noah. I mean, Seth, we haven't seen Seth in a while either, honestly. Talking about Jason Alexander, it's been a while since he's been racing here, and he's doing pretty good in that number 1 car.
The number 1 Pepsi DuPont machine, sitting just ahead of Ethan Winters, and shout out Emily Seeger. She's a fan of the dogs as well. Chuck Sweeting, right where he started in the 8th position, Ryan, he was involved in that lap 1 caution, and he is back where he belongs. He's always the dark horse, which is kind of an oxymoron because he drives such a lovely, brilliant race car. But, yeah, man, you want to talk about the guy that you definitely shouldn't sleep on. It's the Chuckster. And then the TNT winner behind him, Bren Roberts.
Yeah, I like that he has the new paint scheme this year. Got the pink to purple transition. Really, really pretty car. Still no sponsors though, Rick. We gotta help him out there.
Doesn't your cousin have a shop that could sponsor Chuck Sweeting?
Yeah, probably. But Cody's running in 14th right now, so he needs to step up his game a little bit.
Speaking of your cousin, he's in a fight with Kevin Feemster in the 17, Dale Markowski in the 33, the newly christened double 9 of Tommy Withers in the Scotts Ford behind him. Which of these blue ovals you got your money on?
Oh, I mean, I got to go with my cousin Cody, but I mean, he's been really fast, but it seems like as time goes by, we all get older. He lost a little bit of that spark that he had when he first joined ARCS, but hey, he's not gonna give up. He'll be there.
Dale Markowski in the reflective Old Spice machine, now down the back straight. The Ohio native in the top Dirty Dozen, approaching the final 30 laps in the first race of season 12. If you're just tuning in, you have not missed a thing except 2 cautions and a lot of lead changes. Matt Seeger in the 16 now has Noah Belleville to his left-hand side. Ryan, the 41, is slowly creeping his way through the field.
Yeah, he is, but it seems like anytime he tries to get around Seeger, he loses a lot of momentum in this track. Momentum is just so important, especially on corner exit. You see all those cars basically getting into the wall because they don't want to lift. You lose momentum, you lose positions.
Aaron Edwards leads by 0.6 of a second. 2 cars in the wall. Matt Seeger, Noah Belleville. They can only get away with that so many times, Ryan. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time that they do that. These cars are tough, but they're not that tough.
No, they're really not. And, I mean, the update definitely helped a lot with the, body damage. But yeah, you cannot let these cars hit the wall that many times and still have a clean race car.
41 to the left-hand side. He's in the top 3 for now. Further on back, Van Buren, Indiana's Kevin Feemster in the USG Sheetrock 1-7. In pursuit of cousin Cody, up 12 places from where he started, by the way. So your cousin may not be the fastest car on the racetrack right now, but he can still get the job done. The only driver on track who's made up more positions than Cody, Ren Roberts in the 84. He's up 14 places from where he started.
Yeah, Bren and Cody both are just so consistent. I mean, they're very good at what they do, and again, huge fan of Cody because again he's family. But got by Dale there. Oh, Feemster's in the wall hard.
Kevin Feemster in the 1-7, slow in turn number 3. And trying to accelerate under his own power with no front end and a messed up race car. The 1-7. He's in trouble. Let's see what happened to Kevin. Clearly a 1-car incident if no cautions flying. Tommy Withers to the left-hand side of Feemster in the 1-7. Kevin keeps going high. The car's not turning. The car's not turning. Oh, he just makes it off of turn number 1 there, Ryan, but I'm not sure if he got loose or what. Makes contact with the left-hand side wall, but he's still okay. There it is. There it is. He keeps on bouncing off the wall, and Jason Alexander in the 5-3 makes contact with the 1-7. We stay green despite the contact. And Feemster currently runs in that 20th position. I want to have one more look at that because Thomas Andrews right behind him.
Very.
And he just ditches that move there. Kevin Feemster rejoins the racetrack. Well, I don't think he went to pit road in the first place. Noah Belleville is in, by the way. Noah Belleville is in, Ryan. Green flag pit stops underway.
It's going to be huge because he came in way before everyone else. So I think you'll see everybody coming down now.
Yeah, this is going to open the floodgates. We got a quarter to go the next time by. 26 on the board now. Tommy Withers and Dale Markowski side by side. Scots versus Old Spice. This is a battle just made in 2003. These are 2 paint schemes that I think actually existed at the same time, which is kind of cool. Markowski's in. Toby Estes is in the High Rock machine. Aaron Edwards 1 second ahead of Matt Seeger. Ryan Ethan Winters right behind Seeger. Wansing in the distance. Only 4 cars in the pits.
Yeah, I think you got to pit here. You know, the longer you stay out, the more time you're going to lose. So I think we'll see a lot of other cars coming down here within the next couple laps.
Seeger's in. Fort Valley, Georgia's Matt Seeger down into the pits. Aaron Edwards stays out. The top 7 stay out. Jeremy Brio on the outside, singing that car at 9,000 RPMs. Cody Pennell right behind two-time TNT champion Tom Sears. And they're slowly filtering in. I thought that everybody would just rush in all at once, but I guess some guys are going to be gambling on that caution, but some guys are going to be betting on being faster on fresh tires. That's the dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we could have a caution right here that would just completely mess up everything. I mean, you know, everyone that just pitted is 1 lap down right now. So if you do get a caution right here, you're sitting in the catbird seat. But if it stays green, you're kind of behind the 8 ball.
Kentucky's Briley Wright has not come down in the pits since lap 23. That was almost 30 laps ago. The Drip Diecast track facts tell you 25 to 30 laps on 1 pit window. And by the way, shout out the folks at Drip Diecast, #1 diecast store online. Check them out on eBay, Drip Diecast. If you love some of the paint schemes you see here, if you want that piece of NASCAR history as Briley Wright comes down into the pits, check out Drip Diecast. Check them out on eBay, your #1 store for all sorts of NASCAR memorabilia and more. Ryan Pennell. Briley Wright is in, and his biggest fan at the moment, Landon, says, I hope something changes.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of racing left to go, so anything could happen. I mean, 22 laps around Auto Club, that is a lot of racing left.
It's 44 miles, man.
That is good math right there, Rick.
That's the best math I'm going to do all night, but that's the best math you and I think you and I combined could probably pass like a 3rd or 4th grade math test, but I'm not betting anything after that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Who needs math? It's only racing, right? No math necessary. Maybe that's why we're in the booth and not on the racetrack.
That's exactly. Yep. I race Daytona and Talladega. That's it.
That nobody has ever seen me race anything except Daytona, Talladega, and the new Atlanta configuration, because it is the definition of go fast, turn left. Once you ask me to start hitting the brakes and putting in fuel numbers, we got a problem. It's not going to come together. Jeremy Brio still is leading this race. Technically, he's into the pits. Tom Sears now behind him. Noah Belleville coming out of turn number 2, and he will be next to take the lead.
Yeah, that's huge because he was the first down pit road. And you see that advantage that he has over Seeger, who's in 4th right now. But you just got to see, what is the difference, and can Seeger kind of reel him in?
New leader in the number 41 Target Chevrolet, DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville. You're looking at the battle between Ethan Winters in the 10, the Blue Machine, and Aaron Edwards in the 15. That unified potential sim shop team, consisting of the 10, the 15, and the 16, all running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I called them the Power Rangers earlier. Maybe they should start just dressing up in different colors every week. That'd be pretty cool. Cody Pennell, Tommy Withers battling for the 11th position. Withers in the 99, Pennell in the 21. Ryan, from here on out, you got what you got.
Yeah, and that's very important because if you push too hard here early on, those last 4 or 5 laps they're going to be tough. But kind of have to be careful, save what you got, and this is a really good battle for really 10th with Dale Markowski right there as well.
Tommy Withers in the 99 now takes point on this 10th place battle. Let's go on board with the double 9. 21 to the inside, Ryan. Here comes cousin Cody on Dale Markowski.
Yeah, Cody pitted a little bit later than these two, so he's going to have a little bit fresher tires, going to have a little bit more speed. Just got to be patient and try and get to that top 10. I mean, it's hard to get top 10s in TNT.
Youngstown's Dale Markowski is on the prowl. How about one guy who's not only in the top 10, but he just wants to go faster? Bren Roberts, 39.73. He just put in the race's fastest lap. 84, scrapes the wall on the outside. Curse of the commentator, Ryan. Well, and this is not for position. That's Chuck Sweeting in the 5.7 behind Bren Roberts. Bren is actually comfortably in 7th, up 17 places from where he started. This guy is unbelievable.
Yeah, very, very consistent, and always has really good paint schemes too. Love that Best Buy machine, and not sure what happened to that 57 of Chuck Sweeting. He's one lap down now. He was, up there battling in the top 10 there for a little bit, so maybe some pit road issues for that 57 machine, but just an unfortunate night for that crew.
Well, I mean, one more caution comes out and Chuck Sweeting is back in the thick of this. Never sleep on my man, Chuck Sweeting. Up to 3rd now, Aaron Edwards, Ethan Winters, the two unified potential machines battling. Tommy Withers, Cody Pennell still going at it as well. We have, 15 laps to go next time by. Tommy Withers running in the 11th position right now. Landon hoping he gets into that top 10. Noah Belleville only leading by 0.4 of a second over Matt Seeger, by the way. This could be one of two things. Like you said, Ryan, Noah pitted on lap 49, Matt Seeger on lap 51. If Seeger has 2 more laps of magic in those good years, he can use that to his advantage. But of course, Noah Belleville can play extremely good defense.
Oh yeah, he's looking in his mirror right now, that's for sure. He knows that 16 car has, and I know that we say 2 laps, oh, that's not a lot. I'm telling you, these tires, they wear out pretty quick. There's a lot of speed in that 16 as well. Man, wouldn't it be crazy if Seeger opened with a win here in TNT?
It's the win at Chicagoland last year, his first ever Thursday Night Thunder win, which I think was the most popular win since Cody Riggs at Daytona in season whatever the hell it was. But Riggs did his thing, and as the story goes, we celebrated that night. Same thing with Matt Seeger. Huge celebration as well. Now, winning is going to become a regular thing for Matt Seeger, as he said last time he won. But, like you said, what a thing that would be. Tanner Lockhart's in the chat, who used to race with him in ENEA back when we all raced on Xbox. We go back that far. For Matt Seeger to open up the season with a win, forget Belleville's championship run, forget Aaron Edwards' championship run. How come we're not talking about a Matt Seeger championship run?
Yeah, he's definitely setting it up right now. I mean, you got to start week 1, and here he is running 2nd, and I think honestly he's kind of just waiting. I mean, coming to 12 to go here, you just kind of have to set yourself up to be there at the end. Oh, he's going to try and
he signaled his intent. You saw that. He went down to the inside. Steph's in the house. Big fan of Colin McDonough. Steph, you weren't here to see Colin crash. That's okay. He is running where? Where in the hell is Colin McDonough? 18th right now. Meanwhile, Ryan, Seeger's got another shot. One thing I noticed the last time down the front straight is that Noah Belleville wasn't snaking down the front straight yet. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, he probably will start here soon. I mean, he knows that the 16 has a little bit more speed than him. He's just got to be smart here. But let me tell you this, if these two start racing each other, look out, because that 15 and the 10, they're going to catch up pretty quick.
Over the last 5 laps, Aaron Edwards has brought this gap between Matt Seeger and himself down to 1.3 seconds, and Edwards has been quicker than Seeger, who's been quicker than Belleville. Ryan, you are exactly correct. If they start racing each other, this could get really interesting between more than just two of them.
Yeah, we may have a four-way battle for the win as the laps continue to tick down. The sun is pretty much completely set here at Auto Club, and man, when the sun goes down, things get interesting as Seeger tries to go to the lead here.
He's going to try and drag race him down the back straight in Fontana. 9 at the line. Matt Seeger in the number 16 on the outside of Noah Belleville in the 41. And he won't make the move on the outside, but he'll get close. 18 miles remain. The green flag flew around 50 minutes ago. And Season 12 is getting off to an unbelievable start. I keep using that word, unbelievable, but come on. Who would have thought we'd be 12 seasons into this with a 20-some car field? Look at Matt Seeger. He's almost lost it out of turn number 2, man. I just about had it right there.
Yeah, that was scary, and as they look in their rearview mirrors, again, that 10 and 15 getting closer and closer and closer. Unfortunately, they're racing each other too, so they're not helping each other right now.
4/10 is now the gap, by the way, Ryan. 8 laps to go. Matt Seeger gave it everything out of turn number 2. That could be enough to shred the magic out of the tires. Seeger now within 3/10, but Aaron Edwards within 9/10. Half a second is the gap now, Ryan. Belleville is extending, coming to 7 laps left.
Yeah, when that car got loose like that, the temperatures in the tires really go up, but maybe he's backing off just a little bit to see if he can get a last run here. I mean, this is getting really interesting.
Season 9 champion, Noah Belleville, giving way to Jacob Bradley's dominance in seasons 10 and 11. Trying to be, how many two-time champions do we have? 3? We have 3 two-time champions, at least. We have Tom Sears, Aiden Norman, Jacob Bradley. Noah Belleville wants to be the 4th name on that list. And I think he would only be the 2nd ever non-consecutive. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm sorry. I'm making stuff up that doesn't exist. Let's focus on the racing, Ryan, before I start telling lies. 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and Seeger's right there. He's just got to be careful, because if he tries to make a push or tries to get around Noah in certain places on this racetrack, the same thing's going to happen. He's going to get loose, and he's going to wear those tires down even more. But I'm telling you, he's there, and so is the 10 and the 15. I'm telling you, Rick, this might be a 4-way battle for the win if it keeps up like this.
This is what you said 3 laps ago. If the 16 and the 41 get to racing each other, they could really bring on the other 2 behind him. And you can see the way that they're spread out in a line. Let's go on board with Aaron Edwards. Jacob Bradley is one of those drivers where when he comes and he wins in a season, you feel that he is inevitable. In season 11, look at this right here before we start talking about Aaron Edwards making his championship run. Matt Seeger to the inside of Noah Belleville. They touch again. They're leaning on each other. So good out of turn 3 into turn number 4. They will not let go. They continue to drag race. Seeger gets loose. No contact from the 10. Belleville now running away with the lead, and it's 4 laps to go.
Yeah, now Belleville's got to be careful of the 10. I mean, he used up some tire there for sure.
4/10 the gap between Belleville and Winters. We've got to see that battle one more time there on lap 70. Huge blink from Ethan Winters. Aaron Edwards in 3rd. And how much car? You said it, Ryan. Coming to 3 laps to go. How much car does Noah Belleville have left? Brian Vorse in the chat says, okay, next man up. Which one of the unified potential Sim Shop cars are going to take that next role? The Power Rangers, as we so endearingly called them, second, third, fourth. Matt Seeger, unless a caution comes out, is out of contention. Belleville now has to play defense. Half a second to Winters. Edwards behind him. Ryan, how do you play it?
Yeah, I mean, you got two teammates there, so you got to work together here if you want to have a shot of getting one of those cars in victory lane. You know, Edwards has just got to push Winters, try and get to the 41 to set it up here for maybe a last lap pass for the win.
They drag race for the second position. Ethan Winters now trying to keep second against Aaron Edwards. Edwards back in line. White flag next time by. Who's got the better shot? Aaron Edwards now wants to make his move to the inside. Ryan, they're there, but you know how this goes. It's one thing to catch him. It's another thing to pass him. 3 miles to go? 2.5 miles left?
Yeah, Winters, I think, has the best opportunity, but it's just, yeah, I mean, he's going to really have to send it hard here with 1 to go.
I promise by next week that's going to say TNT 12 and not TNT 11, but it wouldn't be a Rick James show if something didn't go wrong. An hour ago, the green flag flew and we began our campaign into the 12th season of Thursday Night Thunder. Noah Belleville carries that TNT logo on his hood, trying to start his campaign with a win. Landon in the chat cheering for Noah Belleville. Grandma Jeannie at home willing him forward. The Delta Sport cars get one more crack, but it will be DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville. He kicks off season 12 with a win at Auto Club. Sixth place up for contention. Bren Roberts just beat Seth Wanting to the line. Tommy Withers and Dale Markowski battling all race long. Ryan, cousin Cody, comes home in 10th. 11th for Withers. Markowski in 12th. And fireworks down the back straight. Noah Belleville secures win number 1 of this championship campaign.
Yeah, what a race. What a finish. Seeger, you know, another heartbreak. I mean, he was right there. He just didn't quite have enough. Maybe made a little bit too much contact and then got really loose off that exit. But, yeah, just great finish.
We'll go back to lap number 70 and watch the 41 and the 16 lean on each other because that was awesome. Moldy gets to burn the house down. We're going to watch what happens between the 41 here. Ryan, this is on lap 71. And this, to me, this is what I call clean racing. Have a look. Just leaning on each other. Just leaning on each other. Giving each other no room. And Seeger, in the end, I think he lost the air. He lost the grip after all that contact. But that right there, that's what I call clean racing.
Yeah, 100%. And Seeger knew that's what he had to do. I mean, he had to try something to get, you know, Noah Belleville a little out of shape, and unfortunately it kind of backfired a little bit. Got him loose, got him into the wall. Still had a great finish, you know, coming home 4th, but man, he was so close.
He will be back. You better believe it. Noah Belleville at the top of the tree. Ethan Winters in second. Aaron Edwards in third. We're going to take a few moments here, collect our podium. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. On the podium with our top three, starting with the number 15. Shout out to Infraction Music, by the way. I don't mention them enough. They provide free music. We get their playlists right off Spotify. Check them out, Infraction Music. Our third place driver, Aaron Edwards, in the number 1-5. Aaron, everybody knows you wanted to start this Season 12 campaign with a win, but really, man, how close can you get?
Looking forward to next week. Hopefully, bring just as fast as a hot rod. Thanks to Unified Potential and Sim Shop for being on the car. It was super racy tonight. Had a ton of fun.
Because of my error, we missed that first part there. You mentioned a driver error there, but we got the sponsor in. We got Unified Potential and Sim Shop. That's the important part. Let's talk to the guy that you're battling with right now in the 1-0, Ethan Winters. Ryan Pinnell wants to ask about your race.
Yes, I do. I guess the first question I have is, do you think this race would have been different if you weren't involved in that lap 1 crash?
It's hard to say. I didn't qualify as well as I probably should have. But either way, just unfortunate circumstances on lap 1. I think a lot of people underestimated the lack of grip that we would have right off the bat. You know, sun's still setting, it's slick. But, I mean, it happens. I understand. So just kind of put my head down, passed a lot of cars. I think if the race was maybe 25 laps longer, I think the race was a good distance. But for me, if the race would have been a little bit longer, it would have let me kind of claw back a little bit. I was just fighting track position and trying to fight through traffic the entire race. But, yeah, I think it could have been different.
Absolutely. Well, you still come home with a P2, and, you know, it's I mean, again, I was watching you as soon as I saw you in that wreck. I saw you working your way back up to the top, and man, you almost had it. You almost had that win, but hopefully next week you can have a little bit better luck in the start of the race.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think I just need to qualify a little bit stronger, and other than that, I mean, I felt good. Car was fast. I just want to thank, you know, Unified Potential Race Factory, Delta Sport, Sud Speed. They provide the best gloves. But yeah, I mean, everything about the race was fun. It was a good setup. Just unfortunate it didn't work out exactly how we needed.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on your P2 finish, and Rick, I believe you have our race winner.
Moldy Muskrat in car 41, a.k.a. Noah Belleville. For those that don't know, starting off Season 12 with a win. Talk to me about that battle with Matt Seeger. That was epic.
Yeah, it was stressful. But last season at Michigan, I was kind of in the same scenario, which when you compare those tracks, those two are kind of the same. And I was leading late on older tires, just having to, you know, use your aero blocking as kind of the only defense you can. And with these cars, that you kind of have a good chance to do that. But kind of leaned back on how that race went and was just trying my hardest to match whatever line he was, and it was tough. He was definitely the fastest car there. I felt though that my long run speed was pretty good, so that was why I pit so early, just to kind of jump up ahead and hope that the long run car did come in. But I was watching those times, Winters, Edwards, they were coming, and I knew that if me and Seeger got to battling, they were going to be right there, and it was tough. I really didn't think I was going to get it, but I'm glad I did.
So now you're going to head into next week's race at Kentucky with a 7-point lead. And obviously I pick on you all the time because you don't run a full season. But you do run full seasons. And I know we're only one race in. There's 15 races to go. But you've got to feel confident about your championship hopes already.
Yeah, I can't really ask for a better start. Got a full point. I think I got most laps led too, so I think I maxed out points for the day.
Yeah.
can't ask for a better way to start the season. Way better than last season went.
No, 100%. All right. Well, congratulations on that win, Noah. We're going to see you in a week's time in Kentucky.
Yep.
Well, Ryan, that does it for a fun evening. That was awesome. Once again, shout out to the folks over at Drip Diecast. If anybody just you want a diecast, you want a piece of NASCAR history, collect something for yourself, this is the store to do it. Check them out on eBay. They are your #1 store for NASCAR diecast and more. Drip Diecast. Check them out on eBay. #1 store around. Ryan, I almost cut you out of that second place interview. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to having you in the booth, but hey, man, you're here, and I thank you so much for sticking around, man. It's been so much fun having you back.
Definitely not as good on the racetrack as I am in the booth. So we'll come back out for Daytona though. I'm excited for that in
Yeah, buddy.
2 weeks. But yeah, enjoyed every moment of it. Great racing tonight, and hopefully I can make it a little bit more common for me to be up in the booth with you. But yeah, just great racing, and TNT just puts on amazing shows, week after week, and that showed tonight as well. So appreciate you having me in the booth, and we'll try and do it again next week at Kentucky.
I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to that. And then we got the Mazdas coming on Monday as well. Fans, if you haven't seen Mazda Mondays, come through. It is the most fun thing we put on all year. As much as we glaze over TNT, just come through and watch Mazda Mondays. It's I was going to say unbelievable again. I got to get that word out of my vocabulary. It's cool. How about that? Shout out to everybody who came through and participated with us today and had a little bit of fun. Shout out Brian Vorse, Emily Seeger, Steph, Grandma Jeannie, Landon. Thanks so much. Come through with us on Monday night, and then next Thursday we keep the TNT circus rolling. Season 12 is in full swing. We'll be back next week at Kentucky. Until that next race, stay safe,